Hello everyone, welcome to this video lecture of engineering hydrology. In this particular video, we are going to discuss about the remaining part of estimation of mean precipitation. Now in the previous video lecture of estimation of mean precipitation, we have discussed about the arithmetic mean method and the isoheital method. Now in this particular video, we are going to discuss about the Thiessen polygon method, which is also known as Thiessen mean method. Now this Thiessen polygon method is also known as weighted area method because in this method the rainfall recorded at each station is given a weightage on the basis of an area closest to the station. Okay. Now if P1, P2, P3 and up to Pn are the rainfall magnitude recorded by the rain gauge station 1, 2, 3 and up to n respectively, and if the A1, A2, A3 and AN are the respective areas of the Thiessen polygons, then the average rainfall or the mean precipitation over the catchment area can be given by this formula, that is P bar, or you can write it as P average, is equal to P1 into A1 plus P2 into A2 plus P3 into A3 plus Pn into An divided by the A1 plus A2 plus A3 up to An. Okay, and this A1 plus A2 plus A3 plus A4 up to An is nothing but the total area, and this total area is A. Okay, so actually this is the total area A. Okay, suppose this is a catchment area. Okay, now in this catchment area, suppose we have n numbers of rain gauge station. Suppose this is a rain gauge station, 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 this is a rain gauge station. Okay, now suppose this is number 1 rain gauge station, this is second rain gauge station, this is third, this is fourth, in this way this is nth rain gauge station. Okay, now suppose the Thiessen polygon area for this rain gauge station 1 is, suppose this is the Thiessen polygon area for this rain gauge station 1. Okay, and this is A1. Okay, in the same way, suppose the Thiessen polygon area for rain gauge station 2 is this area. Okay, now for rain gauge station 3 maybe this is this area. Okay, now for rain gauge station n this is maybe this area. So in this way, that every rain gauge station will have a weighted area. Okay, so this is the area for rain gauge station 3, so this area is A3, this area is A2, this area is A4, this area will be AN. Okay, so if you consider this area and suppose the rainfall is for this number 1 rain gauge station, it was P1, for number 2 rain gauge station P2, and it is P3, it is maybe Pn, and it is P4. Okay, now if you consider in this way, then you can apply this formula to calculate the mean precipitation. Okay, now if you consider this particular catchment area, you may observe that in this catchment area there are 3 numbers of rain gauge stations. Okay, first of all, this is the catchment boundary. Okay, now there are 3 rain gauge stations within this catchment area. This is the first one which is within this catchment area, this is the second rain gauge station which is within this catchment area, and this is the third rain gauge station which is within this catchment area. Apart from that, there are also 3 rain gauge stations which are very near to this catchment area. These are this rain gauge station which is denoted by number 3, this rain gauge station which is denoted by number 6, and this rain gauge station which is denoted by number 5. Now you may also observe that each rain gauge station is bounded by polygon, okay, and this bounded area are the weighted area of this each rain gauge stations, okay. For example, see, this rain gauge station 1 is bounded by this polygon, okay, see. This rain gauge station is bounded by this polygon, okay, and this area, this shaded area is the weighted area for rain gauge station 1, okay. Now again, if you consider the number 4 rain gauge station, this rain gauge station, then you may observe that it is bounded by, let me use another color, suppose black color. Now this particular rain gauge station is bounded by this polygon, right? So this is the area for rain gauge station 4, or you can say this is the weighted area of the rain gauge station 4. In this way, we need to measure the weighted area of each rain gauge station to calculate the mean precipitation by Thiessen polygon method. Now we know the mean precipitation using Thiessen polygon is P bar equals to P1 into A1 plus P2 into A2 plus P3 into A3, in this way up to Pn into An divided by the total area. We know this from the previous discussion. Now if you simplify this whole expression, you will have P1 into A1 divided by A plus P2 into A2 divided by A, then P3 into divided by A3 by A, okay. In this way up to Pn into An divided by A, okay. Now this expression, that is A1 by A, is called the weightage factor of the rain gauge station 1. In the same way, this A2 by A is called the weightage factor of the rain gauge station 2, and this A3 by A is the weightage factor of rain gauge station 3. In this way, this AI by A is called weightage factor, okay. Okay. Now, so there may be a question arise in your mind that how can we derive this Thiessen polygon areas? What is the process in which we can draw these Thiessen polygons? Okay, so let's check. See, there are basically 4 steps to determining the weightage areas. Okay, the first step is the catchment area is drawn to scale. Okay, so here see, this is the catchment area. Okay, this is the catchment boundary. Okay, so this needed to be drawn in scale. Okay, now the second step is the positions of the 6 rain gauge station. Actually in this catchment area we have 6 number of rain gauge station. The number of rain gauge station a catchment area have, you need to mark those numbers of catchment areas. Okay, but for this particular case we have 6 numbers of rain gauge station, so we mark this 6 numbers of rain gauge station. Okay, now step 3, join all the rain gauge station to form the network of triangles. Okay, we need to join all the rain gauge station. Okay, see, this number 1 rain gauge station and this number 2 rain gauge station is joined by a line. In the same way, this number 1 rain gauge station and this number 3 rain gauge station is joined by a line. Now this number 1 rain gauge station and number 6 rain gauge station is joined by a line. Now this number 2 rain gauge station and this number 6 rain gauge station is also joined by a line. In this way, we need to join all the rain gauge station to form the network of triangle. Okay. Now the last step is draw the perpendicular bisector of each side of triangle. Okay, we need to draw the perpendicular bisectors from the each side of triangle. Suppose this is a line which is joining this number 3 rain gauge station and number 4 rain gauge station. Okay, so from here we need to draw a perpendicular. See, this is the perpendicular. In the same way, this is the line which is joining the number 4 rain gauge station and number 5th rain gauge station. So we have to draw a bisector, or you can say perpendicular bisector, on this line also. In this way we need to draw the perpendicular bisector for each sides of the triangle. Okay, and then these bisectors form a polygon around the each station. You can see this bisector and this bisector has formed a polygon around this number 4 rain gauge station. In the same way, see, this bisector and this bisector are formed a polygon around this number 1 rain gauge station. Okay, and these polygons are known as Thiessen polygon. Okay, these polygons are known as Thiessen polygon. That is why this particular method is known as Thiessen polygon method. Okay. Now let's solve a numerical using this Thiessen polygon method. Okay. So the problem is saying, for the catchment area shown in the following figure, see, this is the catchment area and the detail of Thiessen polygon surrounded each rain gauge station in the month of July 2017 are given in this particular table. This is the table. Okay, so we have 6 rain gauge stations. See, this is the same catchment area that we just derived, the weighted area we derived in the previous slide. The same catchment area as this. So we have 6 rain gauge station. This is number 1 rain gauge station, this is 2nd rain gauge station, 3rd, 4th, 5th and 6th. So we have 6 number of rain gauge stations. Okay, and these are the corresponding rainfall data. Okay, the first rain gauge station was having 121 mm rainfall in the month of July 2017. For rain gauge station 2 it was 134 mm, for rain gauge station 3 it was 145, for rain gauge station 4 it was 126, for rain gauge station 5 it was 99, and for 6th rain gauge station it was 115. Okay, and the Thiessen polygon area has already given. Okay, see, for rain gauge station 1 means this area is 720 kilometer square area. Okay, now for rain gauge station 2 the area is 380, means this portion area is 380. Okay, in this way all the Thiessen polygon areas are given for each rain gauge stations. Okay, so we need to solve this problem, means we need to calculate the mean precipitation by using this data and by using Thiessen polygon method. Okay, so let's solve this numerical. We know that P bar is equal to P1 into A1 plus P2 into A2 plus P3 into A3 plus P4 into A4 plus P5 into A5 plus P6 into A6 divided by A1 plus A2 plus A3 plus A4 plus A5 and plus A6. Okay. So P1 is the precipitation or rainfall for number 1 rain gauge station. Okay. So let's check what is our P1. See, this is our P1. Okay. Let's rub it first. So this is our P1, this is our P2, this is our P3, this is our P4, this is our P5 and this is our P6. And here this is our A1, this is A2, this is A3, this is A4, this is A5 and this is A6. Okay. So let's put this value in this formula. Okay. So P1 is equals to 121 and the A1 was 720, right? See, the P1 is 121 and A1 is 720. Okay. Now P2 is 134 and A2 is 380. So let's write it here. 134 is 380. Okay. Now P3 is 145 into, let's check what is our A3. A3 is 440. So it is 440. Okay. Now what is our A4? Our A4 is 126 and sorry, A4 is 1040 and P4 is 126. P5 is 99 and A5 is 800, right? Plus our P6 is 115 and our A6 is 220. Okay. Divided by 720 plus 380. Okay. So if you solve this, you will get 121.5 mm. Okay. So this is the value of mean precipitation using Thiessen polygon method for this particular problem. Okay. Now in this particular problem, this Thiessen polygon area is given, but if this Thiessen polygon area is not given any problem, then what will we do? That is why we need to know how to calculate this Thiessen polygon areas. So let's solve a problem that how to determine the Thiessen polygon areas. Okay. Now this problem is asking to determine the weighing area for these 6 rain gauge stations. Okay. So we need to calculate or determine the weighing area for this 6 rain gauge station, this A, B, C, D, E and F. Okay. Now it is also given the distance from A to B, A to C, B to C, B to D, C to D, C to E and D to E all are x. It means the distance between, suppose from A to B it is x, from A to C it is also x, from C to E it is also x, from D to E it is also x. Okay. And from B to D it is also x. Okay, so this is given in the problem. So what was our first step to calculate or determine the weighing area or Thiessen polygon area? See, the first step was we need to join each rain gauge stations to form triangles. Okay, so let's do our first step, that is we need to join the each rain gauge station. So first join A and B, then we join A and D, then we join D and E, then we join C and E, then we join this A and C. Okay, now we join F and D. Now we join this F and E. Now we join B and F, and here C and F, and last B and E. Okay, so we have done our first step. Now we need to draw the perpendicular bisectors. Okay, so let's draw a perpendicular bisector. So on this AB line, so we draw a bisector on AB line. Okay, maybe this is the bisector. Okay, and this AC line, suppose this is the bisector. Okay, and on BC line, suppose this is the bisector. Okay, now again from the BF line we draw a bisector, suppose this is the bisector. Okay, now again in the F and D line, suppose this is the bisector. Okay, now in the FE line, suppose this is the let me draw it in a properly. Suppose this is the, actually this figure is not, I am drawing not with scale. Okay, if you draw it with scale it will be better for you. Okay, now this is another perpendicular bisector on the line C and F. Okay, now here is the important thing, that if you draw the bisector for D and E line, then it will intercept these triangles. Okay, it will intercept this B, F and E triangle. That is why we don't need to draw this bisector on D and E. Okay, so we should not draw the bisector on D and E. In the same way, we don't need to draw the bisector on B and D, C and E. Okay, for the same reason, that it will intercept the triangles. Okay, now we have drawn all the bisectors. Now we need to recognize what are the areas for which station. Okay, now you can see here this area, this weighted area is the weighted area of rain gauge station A. Okay, this weighted area is the Thiessen polygon area of rain gauge station D. Okay, now this area, this total area is area of rain gauge station C. Okay, now this area is the weighted area of rain gauge station E. Okay, now this area, this total area is the weighted area for B. Okay, and last but not the least, this area, this whole area is the weighted area of rain gauge station F. Okay, so this is the area of rain gauge station A, this is the area of rain gauge station C, this is the area of rain gauge station B, this is the area for rain gauge station D, and this is the area for rain gauge station E, and here is the area for rain gauge station F. Okay, so now by using the simple geometry, the school level geometry, we can calculate this areas. Okay, so see, if you consider this particular triangle, suppose this is M and this is N. Okay, this is M and this is N. Okay, so you can calculate the area. This area means you can calculate this AD, because we have this in this triangle we have the height and also the base. See, this is the height, this dn is the height, and dn will be simply x by 2, because this is the bisector, and here also this MD will be x by 2. So we have depth and we have also base, means we have height of the triangle and we have the base of the triangle. So from this we can calculate the area of this triangle, this MDN, and the area of this triangle is nothing but the weighted area for D, that is AD, right? So let's do it. See, the area of AD will be half into x into 2 into x into 2, so it will be x square by 8. So the area AD will be x square by 8. Okay, so this is the first one. Okay, now you may observe from this particular figure that AD is equals to AE. Okay, so AE is also x square by 8, right? Because our AD and our AE are same. Okay, so we have get this AD and AE. Now if you want to calculate this AF, then how can we calculate this AF? See, this area, this weighted area for this rain gauge station F is actually, you can see it is a rhombus, or you can say it is a square, you can also say it as square. Okay, so all the sides of this particular area is needed to be calculated, or you can calculate just only one side, and with that you can calculate the area of this AF, correct? So the one of the side of this particular square is MN. So can we calculate this MN? Yes, we can. If we consider this triangle, this M, D and N triangle, then we will have, see, if you consider this triangle, this is M, this is N and this is D. We know MD is equals to x by 2 and DN is also equals to x by 2, and this is a right angle triangle. So by using the Pythagoras theorem we may calculate this MN, right? So using Pythagoras theorem we have MN is equals to MD square plus ND square, right? ND square. So MD square is equals to x square by 4 plus ND square will be also x square by 4 root over. So if you solve it, you will get x by root 2. So we have get this MN. It means we have get a side of this particular square. So now we can calculate the area of this AF. AF will be mn square, right? Because mn is a side of this square. So our AF will nothing but mn square. So from that we have got that if you square mn, then we will have x square by 2. Okay, so this is our AF. This is our AF. So till now we have calculated AD, AE and AF. Okay, we have calculated this AD, AE and AF. Okay, now if you consider this triangle, this BA and C, okay, this BA and C is a equilateral triangle. Okay, and we know the area of a equilateral triangle. We know the area of an equilateral triangle is root 3 by 4 into a square. Okay, now if you consider this particular triangle, you may observe that this AA area means the weighted area for investigation A, and this area and this area is actually equal. Okay, these three area are actually equal. Okay, so it means if you divide this area by 3, you can get AA. Okay, so AA is equals to 1 by 3 into root 3 by 4 x square. So, okay, this will be x square. Okay, so we have also get our AA, means the area for rain gauge station X. Okay, now the remainings are our AB and AC. Now see, this AB part, if you consider it, this AB part is actually the summation of this part and this part. Okay, let me draw it in a fresh manner. Okay, so our AB was like in this way. So this was our AB, right? So this whole area is AB. Okay, now here you can see we have get this AD, right? Now this AD is also equals to this area, right? This AD and this area is equal, so we can write that this area is equals to AD. Okay, this area, and you can also see this particular area is equals to AA, right? So this is AA, so we can write this whole area is actually our AB. So AB is nothing but AA plus AD. It means AA is, AA was, let's check, so AA is 1 by 3 into root 3 by 4 into x square, right? And what is our AD? AD was our x square by 8. So this is the value of AB. This is the value of AB. And from this figure you may also observe that the AB and the AC are same. So also we can write that AC is equals to nothing but AB. So AC is also equals to this. Okay. So now let it write in a fresh way. So we have AA area, we have AB, we have AC, we have AD, we have AE, and we have AF, right? Okay. So what was our AA? Our AA was root 3 by 4 into x square. Okay. Now AB was, sorry, it will be 1 into 3. Okay. It will also be 1 into 3, 4 into x square plus x square by 8, right? Now AC will also be same. Okay. Now what was AD? AD was x square by 8 and AE was also x square by 8 and AF is x square by 2. So these are the weighted area of ranging station A. This is the weighted area for ranging station B. This is the weighted area for ranging station C. This is for D. This is for E, and this is for F. Okay. So in this way, if in a certain problem Thiessen polygon area is not given, means the weighted area of any ranging station is not given, we need to calculate that particular area in this way. Okay. So this is it for today. We will meet in the next class. Till then, stay safe and stay happy. Thank you.